The life of Balthasar Neumann as told by ya boy Hussein. Let's get right into it. During the 18th century in Central Europe, the field of architecture took the stage along with many other arts. One man who was at the center of these success, was Balthasar Neumann. Known for his Baroque style, he worked for the powerful Schönborn family, which provided him with limited ways to display his talents. Neumann was born in January 1687 at Erlau in Bohemia. In 1714, he enlisted in the palace guards at Wurzburg as a lieutenant of artillery. He served in the imperial forces in the Belgrade campaign of 1717 as a military engineer. During the 1740s, Neumann began his two greatest churches, the pilgrimage church of Witzenheiligen near Bamberg and the abbey church at Niersheim in Swabia. The church at Witzenheiligen is thought that the church should be built on a central plain, but Neumann insisted a longitudinal plain church with the altar under the dome over the crossing. It was accepted, and this resulted in a masterpiece. Balthasar Neumann's most famous piece of architecture is the Wurzburg residence, a monumental mansion. Neumann, however, received advice from many patients in creating this gargantuan building. He combined his ideas with those of others. This collaboration resulted in a huge building complex. Through this project, Neumann's greatest gift was revealed: the manipulation of dynamic space. A single flight of stairs leads from the ground floor to the landing, where two flights then lead up and back to the main floor. In this huge space, for the ceiling is unsupported by columns, the visitor is only aware of the size of the stairway hall.
This is the town of Würzburg in Germany. This Würzburg residence and court gardens were commissioned in 1719 by Prince Bishop Johann Philipp Franz von Schönberg. He appointed a 32-year-old Johann Balthasar Neumann as chief architect, despite the fact he was an unknown figure at the time. Neumann designed a luxurious Baroque palace for the bishop.
Along with his architectural achievements, Neumann pursued other activities such as developing a fresh water supply for the city of Wurzburg in 1730, building both a mirror and glass factory in 1733, and he taught civil and military engineering at the University of Wurzburg. I say we just take a second to look and admire this man's beautiful work. Enjoy. Alright, to continue. Neumann showed himself a great master of composition in the interiors of his churches and palaces. The walls and columns in his buildings are diminished, disguised, or opened up to create startling and often playful effects, while nevertheless retaining a sense of symmetry and harmony. Neumann made ingenious use of domes and barrel vaults to create sequences of round and oval spaces whose light, airy elegance is highlighted by the daylight streaming in through huge windows. The free and lively interplay of these elements is accented by a lavish use of decorative plasterwork, gliding, and statuary, and by wall and ceiling murals. The Bohemian-born architect found his beginnings training and working in a foundry, and also learned about hydraulics and techniques of fireworks displays. In 1711, he settled in Wurzburg, where he developed his career as an architect and city designer, as well as military officer. This coupling of professions occurred often at the time because military training included surveying and drawing, geometry, and mathematics, disciplines basic to the practice of architecture. Neumann was lucky to deal with the eccentric leaders of the hierarchy of the Holy Roman Empire and major patrons of the arts. As all lives inevitably end, he died in Wurzburg on August 19th, 1753, and is buried at Marienkapelle there. But he left a legacy to be remembered. What a trooper he was. What a legacy he had. God bless.
Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country road.